Hello.
Hi, welcome to Opposites React.
That's Whitney.
And that's Ashley.
And we're here today doing a whole bunch of videos by Jake because he was like, you want to know what? I'm going to fill up your whole week. And we love it.
Yes.
So he has already just blessed us with such joy.
Yes.
And so now we get to watch Sleep Token, The Summoning. Mm-hmm. And when we pulled up the video, we were very interested because we were like, oh, this seems like a religiously themed band. Because the album was Take Me Back to Eden, and then there was like, click here to worship.
Yes.
So I'm like, what are we summoning?
I'm very interested to see if it's going to be like, I like this or I hate it.
Yes,
I don't know. I feel like I'm not gonna be in the middle.
Oh, yes. Whitney feels that you may be very polarized.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm interested. I'm interested to see what this has to offer.
Let us see what will be summoned.
Oh, I hope it's not like demons.
Don't make me sage my house, Sleep Token. Well, we have to do a little first impressions before we get too far in the song. Firstly, auditorily, this is a feast. Mm-hmm. The first four bars, the first four measures of the first verse, it gave me a little bit of like a Tool feel with the syncopation and the kind of off rhythm. It's almost like what's the word? It's almost like it would be a minor key but rhythmically. And I can't think of the correct musical term for it right now. But I really liked that because it set a tone. But then when all of, obviously the vocals are beautiful, whoever the vocalist is. Mm-hmm. The vocal tone is beautiful. And the tone of the guitars, like everything is mixed so beautifully. The drummer is obviously super talented. Like
I find myself getting distracted by like in headphones, I'm getting distracted by each thing. Does that make sense?
I can understand that.
That's interesting. Wait, no, that's interesting.
I can understand that.
There was like a slide bit in the guitar, and then like I got distracted by that, and then all of a sudden I think there was a bit in the drums that I was like, oh wait, but that's really cool.
I feel like that's almost by design because
where I'm tuning into specific bits.
Right, like it's very smart actually because like that I feel like it's almost by design because it's like you could probably listen to this song a million times and hear something new every time from the way it's mixed. And so like very, very smart. It's definitely just a feast to sit there and pick out every little different thing. I kind of want to pull up the lyrics just so that, because right now it doesn't seem like there's a whole ton going on with the video. So like hopefully nobody's going to come after me for pulling up the lyrics.
Well, while you're pulling up the lyrics, what is the name of that demon thing that has the horns?
Is it horns? It looks like it's swords in his back.
No, there's swords in his back, but then on the skull, like you can see right here, that is the tip of one horn.
Okay.
There's another horn right there. But it's shaded by the sword. So there are swords in the back, but there are horns coming out. And then he's got some sort of cannon.
Okay.
That he's holding on to that that I'm trying to think of the name of the specific like demony thing.
Okay. And so in the lyrics, he's basically, okay.
What?
Oh, I just didn't know.
Okay.
I was like, I'm reading them so that I'm kind of understanding what he's saying, but I don't feel like we need to have everybody watch us digest them. Back a little bit. I'm also going to pull down the volume just a little bit because I do feel like I accidentally pumped up the volume a little too high on last song, and so we're getting slightly assaulted. Okay, let's go back a little bit.
Yeah, did you see?
Okay.
There are the horns.
Okay. This looks like a video game character almost, because is one of his hands like, one of his arms like a gun?
No, he's holding a gun.
Is he? Because
Yeah.
Where?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming he's holding a gun.
His joint looks like it. Like, that looks like his elbow.
I mean, I guess it could be. Maybe it's one of those guns that you stick your hand in.
Maybe. I don't know. He looks like a video game character.
Oh, yeah.
Before this continues on, that was a really cool part with that differently toned guitar and the piano going underneath it. Mm-hmm. Like, that was really cool. It's a different like vibe. Like, it's like almost like theatrical metal.
A little bit. I keep staring at this video. Like, I was like, wait, did he always have the ball there? And I'm trying to pick out different changes in it.
I'm so like into the mix and just like dissonance was the word that I was looking for before. Rhythmic dissonance in the beginning, with the way that the drums were so syncopated, but it wasn't even syncopated like on the offbeat. It was like syncopated like on the like eighth beat. It was like crazy. It was like very Danny Carey, who is the drummer for Tool. He is very famous for being an incredible drummer. Mm-hmm. And so. Yeah, this is good stuff. It's
got a lot to listen to.
This is a band for musicians, I feel like. Mm-hmm. This is a band for musicians. I loved it where there's that wall of sound and then it pulled out to that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the transition was cool.
Yeah.
Oh. We gotta talk about that. Okay, so obviously that whole instrumental part was like really cool and really vibey. Really like ambient music. It's just really, really cool. But then that part just now was like so like it just brought this like funk element in. But I don't know if you heard it in the background, that like it was like really cool how they used that, like his vocals as almost like it was almost like along the lines of a bass rhythm.
Well, I loved it because they're all very I don't know, it fits in the same song, but they're different songs.
They're like movements in a symphony.
Yes, that sounds good. That is a great way to say it, because I feel like they have a very similar tone or vibe, but they're different.
Yes, like this one song is giving us very many different
sides.
Songlets.
But
yes, they totally feel like movements within a mini symphony here in this little 6.5 minute song. Which is 6.5 minutes. It's a long song, so it's not a little song, but it's like
a long song.
Yeah, but it's like it's just so much.
It's got so much meat to it.
Yes,
as far as I would say, musically, it's got so much meat to it.
And there's no, you're right. It's very meaty. There's no throwaways.
No.
You know what I mean? There's nothing that's just kind of like, oh, great, we're going to transition. Like everything is so technical. There's some parts where there's another band called Primus, which is very like a musician's band, just very technical. And there's some parts where I'm like, oh, this is giving a little bit of Primus feel. Like any band where it's evoking Tool or Primus or anything like that, you're like, oh, these are incredible musicians. Like it's rare that I am like kind of speechless about something, but this is kind of giving me like,
well, there's just so many different, like you said at the beginning, you could probably listen to this song 100 times and pick different things out every time. It's got so much meat to it.
And you want to know what's funny is it's very smart to have a video that, while it's visually stimulating, there's a lot to look at and to, kind of...
You could pick it apart if you wanted to, but it's also there.
It's also calm enough to where even if you're looking at it, you are allowed to focus on your auditory sense. So it's just so well done, this entire thing. Are you ready to continue on? Okay.
that's kind of twangy. Yeah. Is that the bass?
Yes.
It's. I like that twangy vibe that they've got on it.
That's kind of like a funk bass, and it's so
so good.
That is so delicious. That bass. Oh, yes, it's so good.
It's so good.
Now you can understand why I'm like a good bass is just
Well, I like that it's being highlighted.
Yes, it's so tasty. Just give it to me.
That had a lot to it.
Yes. Today is a good day.
I feel like it was a little over my head, but I still very much enjoyed it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because I don't have the musical ear enough to pick out as much as you can.
Yeah, I mean,
but I loved everything about it. I found myself just getting distracted, like, ooh, I really loved that. And then I'd be like, wait, no, I really like that. And then I get distracted and I forget about the thing that I loved first.
Well, the thing is, and that's the great thing about like a song like this is I feel like it can be great to somebody who's got a music background and loves to pick things apart, but also because there's such like a smorgasbord there, even if you're listening to it going, ooh, that's cool, and like you're forgetting along the way, you can listen to it, like I said, 1,000 times and feel like it's kind of the first time every time, because you can find new things to appreciate about it every time. And it's just so, intelligently done. It's so smart. That's what I'm loving about like this whole journey that we're taking, is it's like we're getting to get exposed to such wonderful music and different ways to show your musical intelligence.
Yes, I agree. Like there's geniuses in every genre of music.
Yes.
I think that's what we're learning.
Whether it's using your intelligence to perform, like that Tim mentioned, where it was like, he is so intelligent to be able to provide that comedic performance.
Yes.
And write that flip and turn it on its head like he did. Meanwhile, just ripping the piano like he did. That was so good. Or Electric Callboy, where it's like, okay, you're providing a really fun performance and using your intelligence to provide that comedic performance in a different way.
Or this, where
it is cerebral. And this is a cerebral that is not contrived. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like this is not, I'm trying to be something.
I feel like I'd be interested to see them live.
I'm sure that they have, based on this right here, I'm sure that they have a gimmick that they run where they're in it looks like they're in some sort of costumes. They stay along a theme, but I don't mind that because it's all right.
There's nothing wrong with that. But
this is the theme. This is the show, versus, this is who I am. I'm the angel of death. Yeah, or whatever.
No, but I feel like it just the music was so robust.
That's such a good word. It was robust.
Yes,
it was so good. Okay, listen, we could go on for an eternity, but we have another Sleep Token song to listen to, so I don't want to sit here and just continue on because we could go on forever. That was so good.
That was so good.
So Jake, man, listen, just winners. Thank you. Let's move on to another one. If you're having fun, like and subscribe. Woo woo. Okay. Bye.
I bet you nobody even gets to the end to that.
Oh, probably not.